Here is how I make 6 professional text animation in Davinci Resolve. These are sleek, easy to customize, and perfect for social media or really any kind of video project. Let's jump in. Motion text. Go over and click on Fusion. Then click this icon to create a text plus node. Now go over to Inspector and type in your text. Then right-click and select Follower. Click on Modifiers and select the Shading tab. Then click the Keyframe button for opacity and position offset X. Double-click Follower and lower Y position to -0.3. Then reduce opacity to 0. Now move your timeline slider ahead 10 frames and change opacity to 100 and offset Y should be set to 0. Click on Timing and Expand Order, then select Left to Right. Now modify Delay to 2.0. Click on Spline and select Text 1 from the menu, then click Zoom to fit to view your keyframe's curves. Now hold Ctrl and push A, then right-click the curve area and select Ease Out Cubic. Cinematic text. Go to Titles and drag Title Plus into the timeline. Go to Fusion page, change your text. Go to the first frame and set tracking values to 1.3. Go to the last frame and set tracking to 1.1. So we have this nice tracking animation. Now, right-click on the text and choose Follower. Go to Modifiers window, step on frame 55 and set keyframe on opacity. Go to the first frame and set opacity to 0. Go to Softness settings and set keyframes on X and Y values. Go to the first frame and change it to 20. Go to Spline Editor to ease keyframes. Now go to Timing window and set delay to 1.5. And now we have this awesome cinematic fade and width blur. Now select Template node, hit Shift Spacebar and look up for Transform. Hover your playhead to the first frame. Set keyframe on size. Go to the last frame and set size to 0.9. Go back to Edit page to see the results. Text Scramble. Go up to Effects, search for Text Plus and add it into your timeline. Select it, go to the Fusion tab, go up to the Inspector and change the text font size and color. Right-click in the panel, select Text Scramble, go up to Modifiers, hover your playhead to the start of your clip, keyframe the randomness and increase it to around 1.2. Now, down here, you can remove any of the characters you don't want to appear in the scramble. I'm going to delete all of the lowercase letters and numbers. Now, hover your playhead to frame 24 and change the randomness back to 0. Blurring text. Go to Titles and drag Title Plus into the timeline. Go to Fusion page and change your text. Go to Layout. Change Type to Text Box and enable Wrap to Text Box. Squeeze the box a little and place it to the left side. Go to Text and change Anchor to Left. Now right-click on Text and select Follower. Go to Shading. Place the playhead to the 20th frame and set keyframe on opacity. Go to the first frame and set opacity to 0. Now go to Softness settings. Set keyframe on X and Y values and change both to 30. Go back to 20th frame and set softness to 0. Open Spline Editor and easier keyframes. So now we have a basic fade and text animation width blur. Now go to Timing and set delay to 1.2 or whatever you like. And now it looks much cooler. Now let's change each word font. Go to Text, right-click in Character Level Styling. And make sure it's in Modifiers window, not in Tools. Select top word and change the font. And do the same with other words. Change line spacing if needed. Now go back to Tools and make sure it's set to Color Channel, not Alpha Channel. Go to Shading and set Color to Gradient. Drag the left slider to the right and create a new one. Change left color to white and middle color to gray. Change mapping angle to 38, aspect to around 0.8 and level to line. Go back to Edit Page. Go to Effects window and add Drop Shadow Effect. Change values to your liking, and that's it. The Scale Up Effect. Drag a text plus node from the Effects library into the timeline. Now, switch to the Fusion tab. This is where the animation magic happens. With the text selected, right-click on the toolbar and choose Follower. In the Modifier tab, find the delay setting and change it to 2. This controls how much time passes between each letter's animation. Change the order to left to right so the animation flows smoothly across the text in sequence. Next, go to the Transition tab. At frame 24, which is exactly 1 second, set keyframes for both the X and Y values. Then go back to frame 0 and set the X and Y values to 0. Open the Spline editor to refine the motion. Enable the template curve at the top to select all keyframes and press S to smooth the motion. To further adjust the flow, press Ctrl plus T to open the ease controls. Lock the keys and tweak the curve for a polished dynamic effect. If the delay feels too slow, return to the Modifier tab and reduce it to 1 for a faster animation. To add a cinematic touch, place a transition node after the template node. At frame 0, reduce the side to 0.8 and add a keyframe. At frame 24, increase the size to 1.25, and at frame 49, clicking the small reset point to reset it back to 1. Back in the spline, editor select all keyframes again. Press S to smooth them and adjust the locked easing curve to make the animation feel more dynamic. Play it back to see the results. Finally, add motion blur for professional touch. Press Ctrl plus space, search for motion blur, and drag it after the transition node. The Flicker Effect. Right-click on the toolbar and choose Follower. In the Modifier tab, find the delay setting and change it to 1 to speed up the animation. We'll set the order to 1 by 1. This will make the letters flicker in sequence, creating a dynamic effect. Now, go to the Shading tab. At frame 0, set the opacity value to 0 and add a keyframe. Then move to keyframe 5 and reset the opacity value to 1. This will make the text fade in. Next, at frame 10, set the opacity back to 0. And at frame 15, reset it to 1 again. Open the Spline editor and select all keyframes and press S to smooth the motion and increase the value to make the animation feel more polished and dynamic.